Right, back on Chris's local syndicate. Last time I was here was in February, I think it was. It was -10. The lake was frozen, thick, solid with ice. We couldn't fish in the end. We had to go down the river, didn't we?
That's right. We were stood on the lake, and every time I take you fishing, it seems to be more and more extreme weather.
Well,
what happened last night then?
Well, last night we had a month's worth of rain in one day.
It was pretty bad, wasn't it?
It was
really?
awful.
I don't know how that's going to affect the fishing. A lot of cold water coming into the lake. I put my hand in the water. It's definitely a lot colder than it was previous week when we were fishing with Witch. But you know, we just got to get the rods out and give it a go, I think, mate.
Give it a go. I mean, the aim today really is to catch me a catfish, because I haven't had one over £20 before.
Well, we could do it in here. There's loads over £20, so
that's what I've heard.
I think if we spot a bit of pellet out and get some rods tight and accurately over that, I think we'll be in with a chance.
Let's do it. Yeah. Well, I'm just going to talk you through the bait presentation that I'm going to be using to try and catch some of these catfish. I'm going to be using 2 of the Steamies Pina Colada 18mm bottom baits. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap them in some of the tiger nut and toffee paste. All you do is break off a section of your paste, flatten it out in the palm of your hand into a pancake shape. Then literally take your hook baits, place them like so onto the paste, and just wrap the paste around the hook baits, like so. And tuck your bottom and the top in. Just mould it how you want it. And what that's going to do, it's going to break down slowly over an hour or so and create a nice halo around your hook baits to hopefully tempt those catfish and get me a fish.
Right, as you can see behind me, the lake's like a sheet of glass, and to be honest, it's been looking a bit bleak so far. We saw one catfish in the morning. Steve saw one just as he was about to cast, and I say since then we really haven't seen any signs of fish at all. Loads of roach sort of flapping about on the surface, but just then I've just seen a catfish roll right over my spot, which has given me loads of confidence. We were really talking about having a move in the morning. Maybe we didn't pick the right swim. But the catfish just love it in front of where I am here. There's a nice gully in front of this swim, which we laced with pellets, soaked in the Salmon Pro liquid again, and yeah, really confident now. So we'll see what the night brings. Probably got about 2 hours of daylight left, so hopefully we'll see you with a catfish on the bank. Right, there we are. We've had to wait a long time for this run, and unfortunately it's not a catfish. Thought I hooked a small cat, but it really did tear around this one. Like I said in the last video, they've just spawned, they're very light, and they are fighting very hard, so a few of the carp we do confuse sometimes with catfish on the way in, but small carp. We'll pop this one back and get the catfish rod back out and try and nail one of these. We've still got another night, and we've still got quite a bit of the night left, so I'm still confident. Just weeding me up. Right, well, first thing this morning, left hand rod's just ripped off. I'm not sure whether it's a small cat or a carp, but whatever it is, it's weeded me up something horrible just to the left. There's not a lot of weed in this lake, but it's found a really decent clump just to my left hand margin. Just trying to just be steady with it, just trying to get it out. But I think it's coming. Well, there we are. It wasn't a catfish in the end. Can't believe the amount of weed that was round this fish. It just felt so heavy, and then it emerged from the weed in the margins, and nice little pretty one, grey slate mirror, lovely scale pattern across the top. I think we need to slip it back now and get the rods back out this morning and just put all our efforts now into trying and get one of these catfish for Steve. I'm just sure we can do it. We just have a nice recast now, get some bait back over the spot. I reckon 5 or 6 bombs over each rod, and hopefully that'll do the business.
Right, last I'm in. Been in this new swim about half an hour. We decided to move. Done 24 hours in the other swim and I didn't get a touch, so walked around the lake, saw a few fish showing on this side of the lake, so we've packed up, moved all around, and I've had one within half an hour. Get in. Right, finally got a fish on the bank. The move's paid off. It's been a real hard 24 hours for me, but I finally got one. Caught this within about half an hour I've been in this swim. Saw a fish show at about 40 yards, so I cast an 18mm steamy to it, and off she whizzed.
Right, I'm just going to talk you through the rig that I'm using to try and outwit one of these catfish. The hook bait is an 18mm pina colada steamy, which I've tipped off with a pina colada pop-up. I don't know whether it's from a visual perspective or whether that they really like the pineapple, but I seem to catch more catfish on this than I do any other bait. Down from that I've got a strong size 6 hook. The hook length's probably about twice as long as what I would normally use for the carp in here. The reason for that is that the catfish have got bony plates in the front of their mouths, and I want the hook to go past that before it catches hold. Otherwise you can lose fish on the way in if you hook them in the pads. So I'm going to wing that out now with a small bag of little gem pellets, and hopefully we can get one on the bank. Right, well there we are. Into a fish at last. Sun's just come out. Loads of fish showing now, which is really promising because it's been a bit quiet over the last few hours, and yeah, it feels quite a decent fish at the moment. Oh yeah. It's a pretty reasonable 20 looking at it in the water like that. Yes. Oh. Well, there we are, what a result. Proper chunk. Well pleased with this one. One of the prettiest mirrors I've had out of this lake for quite some time. Everything just seems to be going right for me at the moment. I just seem to be getting in some really nice fish. Well pleased. Oh, just over our spotted area. Little gem soaked in the Salmon Pro liquid again. with the pina colada steamies crushed into it. Oh, made up. Everything's just going right. Right, well there we are, we've come to the end of another session, and not all went to plan really. Just doesn't feel like the catfish are on the feed. They can be really bingy feeders. You know, 2 weeks ago me and Rich weren't really targeting them and we were catching them on our carp baits. We come down here, try and do a night for them, and didn't go to plan, did it?
Nah. I mean, I had a take last night, must be about 2 o'clock in the morning, just a slow pick up, slightly pulled off to the right, hit into it, felt something, pulled out straight away. Whether that was a small carp, because that was 18 mils.
Sometimes you get that, you said it felt very strange, and sometimes you hook them in the pads and it just pulls out immediately. Could have been a small cat, there's plenty of them in here, but...
It wasn't a screaming run anyway, that's for sure. It was
no,
just a slow
it was a
pick
cat
up.
take on it, yeah. But there we are, we've done our best, and to be honest, we can't be disappointed with the nice carp that we got. So
yeah, that was a nice fish that, mate, well done.
Yeah, I'm really pleased with that actually, yeah. So we'll leave it there and we'll catch you guys next time. See you later.